I struggled with consistency for a while. I knew what I had to do. I knew what the good habits were. I knew what was required of me to do, but I wasn't doing those habits. It wasn't my lack of knowledge that was holding me back. It was simply that I wasn't consistent. I knew I had to meditate. I knew I had to work out. I knew I had to write a journal. I knew I had to do all those things, but I wasn't doing them simply because I wasn't consistent. And it was painful. It was difficult. It took a while for me to really get the hang of it. And I was just even throughout the journey, even now, I'm still consistently improving at those things. But consistency is not really anything that's really holding me back anymore. It's not holding me back when it comes to the good habits. I'm consistently doing the good habits every day now. So it's not a constraint anymore in my life. So in this video, I just want to quickly talk about how my story of becoming consistent, how I became more consistent, how I finally beat procrastination and started really doing the good habits every day. That's maybe will help someone. I'll really talk about the 11 most important things that really help me with consistency. The first thing is the habit tracker. I talk about this in so many videos, but it's because it truly changed my life. When I first got into improvement, I struggled with consistency so much. But then I stumbled upon a video from Hamza called "The Self-Improvement Depression" or something like that, where he talked about my exact situation. When you know what you have to do, you've watched all those videos, you know exactly what you have to do, but still you're just stuck in a rut. You know what you have to do to move forward, to improve, but you're just not doing it. And it really it really hit me because it was as if he was talking exactly to me. And he said the solution to that problem is the habit tracker, and the thing that comes after that, the bare minimum mindset. So the habit tracker is basically, I'll just simply show you my habit tracker right now. I don't know if you can see it well. That's what a habit tracker looks like. You see the habits on top, and you see the days on the left, and then you see all the boxes that I've checked on the side. And that's basically how you do it. You basically just wait fuck. You basically just write down the habits that you need to do. Write down one, I'll say 3 to 5, the 3 to 5 most important habits for you. And then you just basically write on the days on the side, the days of the month on the side. And every day, if you did meditate, you just simply check the box for meditation. If you did work out, you simply check the box for working out. That's how I did it. And it changed my life forever. I remember the first day that I started using the habit tracker. It was a day where I was so freaking proud of myself. And I knew it was the beginning of a new era for me. The excitement I felt on that day was just insane. Because I completed every single habit on my habit tracker. And I could see all those boxes checked. And everyone that came into my room could also see that I checked all those boxes, that I did every single one of my good habits. So I felt a pride that I'd never felt before. And then for the first time, I did every single one of my good habits for 2 weeks straight. And I remember when I reached 10 days of doing every single one of my good habits, the meditation, excuse me, the meditation, the workout, the gratitude, the journaling, the I don't think I used to do cold showers then, but yeah, those were my main habits, and I think I had a few other things, or one or two other things. When I first did them for 10 days straight, and I saw 10 days straight of me just checking the boxes, I was just insanely proud. I felt a pride that I'd never felt before, because before before I actually got on some improvement, I was a total loser in my life. Like I was a little kind of athletic, but for the most part, I was just a guy in my room playing video games all day, not really achieving anything in the real world. Like I was like leveling it up in video games, but I was absolutely average, even maybe below average in real life. I was kind of athletic, yeah, but aside of that, and it was just I was just athletic because of my mainly not because I was training so hard, but because when I was younger I used to train a lot, and it was kind of still I was reaping the rewards of playing a lot of sports when I was younger. But at some point I just stopped doing it, and I just got stuck and sucked into the virtual world. I started to just do everything in the virtual world. Every single hour that I had of free time would just spend playing video games. But now I was actually achieving things in the real world. And 10 days straight of just doing the good habits. Those 10 days weren't perfect. I did the good habits, but I still woke up and watched YouTube first thing in the morning. I don't remember, but I think I didn't eat that healthy on those days. So those days were far from perfect. I still spent hours and hours watching YouTube and watching Netflix. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like those were perfect days. But I actually managed to do everything I wanted to actually do. Okay, it was meditation, gratitude journaling, workout, reading, and journaling. Those are my habits. And I completed them all for tests for 2 weeks straight. And when I reached a 10-day mark, during those 2 weeks, bro, I wasn't that productive. I was just doing the things I needed to do. And then the rest of the day was just spent doing bullshit. But still, I felt pride because it was an improvement. The other thing that greatly helped me with the habit tracker and just with my consistency in general was the bare minimum mindset. The bare minimum mindset is what I learned from Hamza when he talked about the habit tracker. In that video called "Why You're Stuck in a Rut" or "Something from a Depression," and he basically said to check the box on any of your habits in the habit tracker, you just need to do the bare minimum. To check the box on meditation, you just need to literally meditate for 10 seconds. If you do one push-up, you can check the box for working out. If you just write one letter or one sentence of gratitude, you're allowed to check the box for gratitude. If you read just one word, you're allowed to check the box for reading. And when I heard that, I was genuinely pissed off. I thought it was just bullshitting. I thought it was just trying to lie to me. I thought it was just, this video was just a waste of time. I thought it was just doing it to get views. And it didn't seem like it would be effective at all. Same thing with the habit tracker, to be honest. When I first heard about the habit tracker, I never used it. I thought it would be a total waste of time. I thought it was just trying to just seem as if he was giving off some super valuable tips by just sharing some fancy methods that didn't actually help people. So I never really tried to actually implement it. It's just a few months later when I was just so angry at myself for actually spending months watching self-improvement videos and not really implementing anything. So I was actually pissed off when I first discovered the bare minimum mindset. I didn't really think of using it. But then I said, bro, remember in what state of your life you're still in. And I looked and I saw the guy that was talking to me, the guy that was trying to give me advice, Hamza, he was a lot more muscular than me. And he seemed to achieve a lot more in life than me. Getting more girls, being more social, actually growing a profitable business. So I said, yeah, he knows more than me. And I actually put down my ego and said, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. And I did, and it truly changed my life. When I first started using the habit tracker, I was only meditating for like 1 minute a day, 1 minute per day, and wasn't really meditating for that long. And using this bare minimum mindset, I was actually surprised because I would start with one push-up, but I would finish with about very often I wouldn't just do the bare minimum. Most of the time I would actually, even on the days where I wasn't really feeling like doing it, I had to use discipline. Even on those days, I would go down to just 10 push-ups, and I would end up doing 150 push-ups. Because very often when you just start, you just get into that flow and just say, oh yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna do the whole workout. So it really, really helped me. It really, really, really helped me. Especially with reading. I would start reading. If I had the expectation that I was going to read like 30 pages like I used to when I first got some improvement, I wouldn't be able to read consistently. But it's because I had the expectation, I'm just gonna read literally 1 page, half a page. It really helped me because I was start reading half a page, but then I would say, okay, fuck it, let's just read 4 pages. And it really, really got the ball rolling, got me into that momentum. And the third thing that really helped me with consistency is understanding the principle of second and third order consequences. So not so long ago, a few months ago, I watched a video from Sam Ovens. Sam Ovens, the guy that created Consulted.com, and this is the current owner of Skool, the website, Skool. An amazing entrepreneur. A guy that literally went from working a job that he didn't like to becoming a millionaire in a few years. And he's now one of the most elite entrepreneurs of the modern day. And he taught me, I watched a video from him called Second Order Consequences and things like that. And he gave me an example that really helped me to understand the concept. And it was about buying a TV. Or no, not buying a TV, but getting a TV as at a cheaper price or something like that. I don't remember the exact example because it was a few months ago. But he talked about buying a TV or getting a house with a TV. And he said, my thing, getting a TV is actually a good idea or something like that. Because from time to time you can actually watch the TV. But getting the TV first will actually make you a lot more likely to waste time watching TV. And then, I don't remember the exact example, so I can't really explain to you. But I'll take the example for me. Last Wednesday, I spent 8 hours in school from fucking 8 a.m. to 3:40 p.m. I was tired. My knee and ankle hurt, and I didn't feel like going to the gym at all. I was hungry, I hadn't eaten anything. I didn't feel like going to the gym at all. I had leg day in the gym, even though my knees hurt a little bit. But I knew, when I started workout, my knee pain would go away if I just warm up correctly. I didn't feel like going to the gym at all. And I honestly considered just going home because I had no motivation, no desire to actually go to the gym. But then I just said, okay. I just remembered in my head because I was genuinely considering not going to the gym. I just remembered, okay, if I miss the gym today, what will happen as a consequence of that? First, if I miss the gym today, I'm a lot more likely to miss the gym tomorrow. And in general, it becomes a lot more likely for me to miss the gym on the days where I don't feel like going to the gym. And I strengthened this identity of someone who just goes to the gym when he really feels like going to the gym. And I also remember that if I don't go to the gym today, I will miss a week of progressive overload because I miss 1 week of workout. If you know kind of how progressive overload works, and you're currently consistently progressively overloaded, you kind of understand what I'm trying to say here. Because if I miss a workout and I spent 1 week between intense sessions when it comes to leg day, the next week I won't be able to progressively overload, and I will probably do the same amount of reps that I did the last workout. So I'll miss on 1.5 weeks of progressive overload. On 2 sessions in total of progressive overload. It will also strengthen my identity as someone who just goes to the gym when he kind of feels like going. And it will weaken my discipline skill because I now I just followed my feelings instead of following what was most important to me. So you see, I didn't just see the second order consequence. I saw the third, fourth, fifth one. One action you take won't just have one consequence. It can have multiple consequences. Very often it has multiple consequences. And when I was when I considered missing the gym, I didn't just look at the first order consequence, the first and only thing that would have happened in consequence of me missing the gym. No, I looked at all those scenarios, all that would have happened if I actually missed the gym on that day. And really just made me, I didn't feel like missing the gym because of me activating that logical part of my brain and actually seeing in the future, actually looking in the future and being like, yeah, if I miss the gym today, if I miss this workout, this, that, and that will happen as a consequence. And I didn't. I ended up doing that workout. It was fucking difficult because I was tired. I still progressively overloaded. I smashed my PRs. And I was fucking tired. I was out of breath. It was fucking difficult. But I still did it. But if I hadn't looked at all those second, third, fourth order consequences, I would have definitely missed that workout. Definitely would have. So yeah. Another thing that helps me, even still helps me today with accountability, is accountability. How I want others, my family, my friends, or the people that just know me to perceive me. There were often days where I didn't feel like going to the gym, or I felt like going to the gym later than planned. I usually, on the days where I don't have school, I go to the gym at 6 a.m. But every time, I just reminded myself, okay, if I don't go to the gym at 6 a.m. and I decide to go to the gym later, 12 p.m., 12 a.m., I kind of also remembered the third, second order consequences and everything. But I also kind of thought to myself, okay, maybe my mom is gonna realize, or the people, my family, my mom, brother, or sister, are gonna realize that I actually missed the gym today, or I didn't go to the gym at the time that I planned to go to the gym, or I usually go to the gym. So they won't see me as a disciplined guy anymore, or they will see me. They won't see me as that disciplined guy as much if I actually just go to the gym later. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go. So caring about the opinion of the people that you actually respect. Don't care about the opinion of everyone, but to a certain level, caring about what others will think or the way you want others to perceive you. I like to be perceived as a disciplined guy. And it's because I've already gotten compliments about my discipline and everything. I think it's actually an amazing compliment. It's probably the best, close to the best compliment that I ever got in my life. That I'm very disciplined. So I want people to keep perceiving me as that disciplined guy. So the fact that I live with other people really helps me with this. Just thinking to myself, yeah, I don't want to miss that workout because I know they might notice and they won't perceive me as such a disciplined guy anymore. Same thing with school. One day I was in school, school's over, I'm walking towards the tram station with some classmates, and they've been seeing me going to the gym every day. I don't feel like going to the gym today. But to go home, I have to take another tram. So the tram that I have to take to go to the gym is different from the tram I have to take to go home. So I just felt like, oh yeah, I just want to go home. I don't want to go train today. That the workout's going to be difficult. I have no desire. So let's just miss today. That's kind of what I think to myself. But then I remember, bro, I'm with my classmates. They're gonna see, if I miss this workout, they're gonna notice. They're gonna see me take that other tram. They're gonna know. They're gonna ask me, "Oh, bro, not going to the gym today?" I was just like, "Oh yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna go. I don't feel like going at all, but I know. be perceived by others, and I want to be perceived as a disciplined guy. So that greatly helped me. So in general, we can see how accountability and the way I just want to be perceived by others. I want to be perceived as a disciplined guy. I want to be perceived as a strong guy. How it influences my consistency and actions. Fifth thing is foreseeing failure. When I first wanted to wake up at 4 a.m., I honestly wasn't consistent with it at all. On some days I would manage to do it, but very often what would happen is my alarm would ring, and I would just unconsciously, without even remembering it later on, I just click on either snooze or just stop your alarm and just go back to sleep. And it happened very often, and very often, most of the time, I wouldn't even remember it happening. I would just think, didn't my alarm actually ring? But because it would happen so fast, I would just quickly click on stop and just go back to sleep. So I wouldn't even realize it. And something that I did that was actually a productivity tactic that was actually pretty famous, but I didn't know it at the time, is before going to bed, whilst I was in bed, before falling asleep, I would visualize myself waking up, my alarm ringing and waking up as realistically as possible. I would visualize the situation. But don't overthink it about how realistic it should be. But I would visualize myself waking up, my alarm is ringing, and I would visualize all the difficulties, all the challenges that would await me in that moment. Visualize all the negative thoughts first that tell me, yo, bro, go back to sleep. Visualize the tiredness I feel. Visualize the feeling of the coldness that I feel in the rest of the room, and the warmth and comfort that I feel under my blanket. Visualize all those things, but then visualize myself somehow still getting out of bed and doing what I need to do. That's foreseeing failure. Foreseeing failure is just imagining how you could fail, but then at the end, imagining a way you could succeed. Imagine all the challenges that will await you. So what I did is I imagined just all the challenges that awaited me when I woke up at 4 a.m. All those difficulties, all those negative thoughts, all the comfort, the cold in my room, all those things, I visualized them. But then I also visualized overcoming them somehow in a realistic way. I didn't just visualize just me bursting out of bed because I knew it wasn't realistic. I would imagine myself just kind of battling myself in my head and then just turning off my alarm, slowly getting out of bed. That's what I would kind of visualize. And when I started doing that every single night, that's the point when I actually started to actually consistently wake up at 4 a.m. Consistently just wake up at 4 a.m., wake up at 4 a.m. And I became that guy with the snow now, as the guy that wakes up at 4 a.m. And today I actually woke up at 3:30 a.m. and I did this exact thing. Before falling asleep, as I was in bed, I foreseen failure. I visualized all those negative thoughts that I would get when I wake up at 3 a.m. Because it was actually the first time for me today to wake up at 3 a.m. because I want to just spend more time working before going to the gym. I usually wake up at 4 and I've been waking up at 4 for a long time, over a year. But today, for the first time, I decided to wake up at 3 because I want to spend more time working in the morning before going to the gym or preparing for school. So, yeah, and it wasn't perfect. I woke up at 3:30 today. So it doesn't mean it will not be perfect for you. I plan to wake up at 3 a.m. but I click on snooze 2 times. I first woke up at 3 a.m. and I was like, oh, fuck this shit. I was honestly considering getting out of bed, but I honestly just failed. Click on snooze once. Oh no, I turned off my alarm, but then I turned on a timer for 15 minutes to wake up at 3:15 a.m. But then it rang. I just turned it off and turned on another alarm for 3:30. And then I finally managed to get out of bed to actually work on this video. So I'm not perfect at this at all. Definitely not. I still mess up. Every day I'll mess up in some way. Now some days I'll totally mess up. so I'm far from perfectly. Another thing that really helped me is progressive overload. When I first started working out, I was just doing 150 push-ups, and of course, it's already a lot for most people. 150 push-ups, it seems like a lot. It's already a lot for most people. But I was already, before I got into improvement, I was already training. I'd already had a little bit of training before that because I was trying to get to be strong, and I saw some calisthenics guy, and I was like, oh, that seems cool. I was kind of training, but I was training very inconsistently. So I remember when I first started training a long time ago, like 4 years ago, I actually started training before, like 6 years ago. When I first got into football, I just did push-ups, squats, and sit-ups. But then I stopped when I really stopped playing football, and then got into that world of video games. And then a few years ago, I think 3 years ago, I discovered calisthenics and I tried to learn it. First, I couldn't even do one push-up, but with inconsistent training like once a week, twice a week, and sometimes 3 times a week, I actually got to a level where I could do 20, 25 clean push-ups, like chest to ground push-ups. And I was actually very impressed. And I could even do I could do one arm push-ups with my left hand, with my right hand. So I got pretty strong even with inconsistent training. But that's why I could actually do 150 push-ups at some point. It wasn't that crazy. Like, it was already difficult, but the workout wasn't crazy long. It took me like 25 minutes to 30 minutes to do 150 push-ups with clean reps. So, and now I'm doing my workouts at like on average 1.5 hours long, 1 hour and 15 minutes long. And today I'm gonna do my workout's gonna be very long, 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours long. And the reason why is because yesterday I didn't go to the gym because I wasn't feeling good at all. Like, I didn't go to school. I didn't even go to school, and I wasn't really feeling good. I had stomach aches, and maybe mentally I wasn't feeling good, so I didn't go to the school. To be honest, I could have gone to the gym, but I knew my mom and my family would kind of look at me weird if I actually went to the gym on the day I missed school, you know. So I didn't go to the gym yesterday, and I had a push workout yesterday. So I'm actually gonna do my push workout and my pull workout today. So the workout I had to do yesterday and the workout I had to do today. So you see, I've gotten to a level where I can do 2 workouts in one day, which may not seem that crazy, but for me, it's a good feat. But I remember a time where I couldn't even do one workout a week. Where doing one workout a week was already a difficult task. So that's kind of progress. You can see progressively overloading. When I first got on some improvement, when I first started meditating, I was only meditating for 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. Honestly, wasn't meditating more than that. It was my maximum. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Right now, I meditate for like on average 5 minutes a day, but there were periods where I was meditating like 20 minutes, 25 minutes a day. Progressive overload. So progressive overload doesn't only apply to the gym. It's not only something that you do in the gym. You can also apply this principle, this way of life, this tactic to other aspects. And I remember a time when I was using this with cold showers and meditation, like really using it very precisely, very intentionally. So what I did is I increased my cold showers by 1 second every day. 1 second every day. I added 1 second to my cold showers every day. And I added 10 seconds to my meditation every day. And it was a pretty good experiment. I didn't really like it that much, to be honest, in the long run. I did it for a few weeks. It was great, but to a certain level, I didn't really like it. I think with some habits, progressive overload should come more naturally. And I can try to experiment with it again at some point, but I felt like it wasn't really coming naturally as much. So yeah, that's why I decided to stop doing that. But you can actually try it out. Adding a few seconds every day to a certain habit, it can be very powerful as well. Another thing that helped me is having a routine. This helped me drastically. Before, I used to You remember the first time when I first started becoming consistent with the good habits and I started using the habit tracker and I finally started being able to do the good habits for 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight. I was, if you want to, like me to tell you when I would work out, I would work out very late in the day. I would work out a few hours before going to bed. And even the meditation, I would do it pretty late. So I'll do all my good habits, I'll finish doing my good habits pretty late in the day because I had no plan. I just said, okay, I'm gonna do this and this and this tomorrow, but I didn't know when I was actually gonna do all those things. I just woke up, watched YouTube first thing in the morning, and just saw where the day got me. I kind of knew, okay, I'm gonna do all those things. I'm actually gonna be able to complete my habits on my habit tracker, but I don't actually know when I'm gonna do those things. So very often I would think, okay, let's just work out now. But I would be like, yeah, no, it's gonna be difficult. And no, just work out in 30 minutes. And then 30 minutes ago, I would say, okay, let's work out in 2 hours. And then 2 hours ago, I would say, okay, work out at 3 p.m., work out at 4 p.m., or 5 p.m., 6 p.m. And I would do that all day long until I reached a point where I was like, okay, if I don't do it now, I won't do it anymore. That's when I would actually do, when I needed to do my meditation or workouts and everything. Because I didn't have a plan. And when I did that, I was way more likely to actually miss all my good habits because I didn't have a routine. If you read Atomic Habits by James Clear, he talks about it very precisely. Doing the same things at the same time every day, or doing the same habit before the same habit every day, or after the same habit every day. So what I started doing is I started waking up at 4 a.m. But just in general, working out first thing in the morning. When I wake up, first thing I do is to work out. And then when I finish working out, I shower. When I finish showering, I do all the other good habits. I do the meditation, I do the gratitude journaling, I read a little bit. And I started doing that. And it it changed my life. I became that kid that woke up at 4 a.m. to train. Some people in school just discovered it somehow. I talked to one friend about it, and then the next hour, my whole class nobody knew it, and I was seen as a fucking weirdo. I was like, oh, bro, I knew I hadn't. I shouldn't have shared this in school. Which is another thing. It's not like I didn't write it down, but it's actually another thing. Sometimes when it comes to self-improvement, when you start becoming that guy that's very unusual, very weird in comparison to most people, don't talk about this to other people. Don't try to share it. Don't try to boast about it. If it's people that are actually similar to you, who are actually on some improvement, who are actually trying to improve themselves, then yeah, you can actually do that. But in general, with average people, it's not a good idea. It won't end well for you. But yeah, so I wake up at 4 a.m. and my life changed, bro. Woke up at 4 a.m., did my workouts first thing in the morning. I first got my dip bar and pull up bar and my dumbbells. Now I'm actually training in the gym. I don't train at home anymore, but those were good times, bro. Those were good times when I really started taking my fitness journey and my self improvement very seriously. Going to bed early, waking up early, training hard every day before going to school. Going to school feel like the champ because I've already completed a super hard workout before coming here. So it was very powerful for me, and I still do it. Just I've just changed working out with work, just working on these videos. That's what I do now. What I basically do is even what I actually started doing today. I used to wake up at 4 a.m. Now I wake up at 3. So I wake up at 3 a.m. I work until 5, and at 5 I go and take a cold shower and then a full shower, and then after the cold shower I take a warm shower, really washing myself. Then I come back into my room. I meditate. I do some Kegels. Kegels are exercise for the pelvic floor. Then I gratitude journal. Then after gratitude journaling, if I have some time before 6 a.m., I'll maybe read or watch a podcast or learn something in Adonis school. And then I'm gonna basically just get my stuff, go down, take the bus to the gym, train, come back home, shower again. So I did so many times it's actually ingrained in my head, and I've actually write it down in my Google Calendar every single day. It's in my Google Calendar. I know I'm gonna do this at this time, so my whole day is planned in advance. And some things change, but the first few hours of the day and the last few hours of the day don't change. I do the same things at the same time every day, especially when it comes to my morning routine and my night routine. Some things in the middle might change, will often change, but when it comes to those first few hours, it won't change. It's a routine that I do every day, and it changed my life forever, and I'm really grateful for that. Another thing is setting big goals. So my 3 big goals are set to achieve by September of this year, by the end of September of this year, is first to get to do 40 kg dips for 5 reps. So dips, but I got, like I talked about in another video, I got a weighted belt, like a dip and pull up belt for, at my birthday, and I can actually put weights now. And I'm currently at 15 kg dips. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to do 15 kg for 5 reps. And also use that weighted belt for pull-ups. And today on the same session, I'm going to do 15 kg pull-ups for 5 reps. And my goal for September of this year, so 15 kg dips, I said when I add 15 extra kg to my own body weight. So I already use my body weight for the dips, but now I add this weighted belt and do 15 kg. So I'm going to do actually 16 kg because the weighted belt itself weighs 0.95 kgs. So it's basically 1 kg. So basically I'm going to do 16 kg dips and 16 kg pull-ups today. My goal for 5 reps, my goal for the end of September of this year is to get to 40 kg dips and pull-ups for 5 reps. And also get to a zombie squat. Zombie front squat is basically this exercise where you place a bar on the top of your neck and kind of on your upper chest and shoulders. And then you squat down with your hands in front. So that's why it's called zombie, because your hands are in front. And I've already made a video about it. And get to, I think, 90 kg, 90 kg for 5 reps by the end of September of this year. So those are big goals, but actually, I didn't just set them randomly. I just kind of analyzed, okay, by the rate of progressive overload that I'm currently following, it makes sense that I would actually get to that if I don't miss workouts. If I just stay consistent, if I don't miss workouts, I can definitely get to that. So it's a big goal. It's going to be fucking difficult, but I know I can't miss a workout. So that's why yesterday I didn't go to the gym. And because of my big goal I set for myself, I just said, no, I can't miss this progressive overload. If I don't redo my workout that I missed yesterday today, I will miss on 2 days of progressive overloading, because next session I won't be able to progressive overload because I spent 1 week without training chest and triceps and just doing the dip. I just said, okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna do 2 workouts today and train for 3 hours. It's gonna be fucking difficult. 1 workout is already very difficult because I pretty much take every set to failure. But then 2 workouts is another thing. So I'm gonna do 14 or 15 different exercises for 2 sets. So in total, like 30 sets today. It's like whole upper body. So it's gonna be a fucking difficult workout, bro. It's gonna be a difficult one. But it's because I'm able to actually do 2 workouts in 1 day, and I want to do 2 workouts in 1 day because I've set sort of a big goal for September of this year, and I don't want to fail. I want to actually achieve that goal. It's actually very important to me. So today I'm going to do 2 workouts to achieve my goals. So setting big goals, but still realistic goals that you know you can achieve. It's very powerful. I used to set goals before on different things. I never really set goals on fitness. It's the first time I actually set a goal on fitness and I'm really obsessed with it. I used to set goals on the subscribers that I want to have on this YouTube channel or the money I want to make, but they were often very unrealistic and very hard to actually track. So I just said, okay, for now I'm just gonna focus on setting goals on fitness. And now it's really forcing me to work hard, to grind, because it's such an easy thing to track. I just know, okay, if I put this in, I'll get this out. Because with YouTube, it can be very difficult to set goals and actually know the exact amount of actions you need to take to achieve that certain goal, because there's so many different factors that contribute to it. But when it comes to working out, you basically just know, okay, if I do this with this intensity, with this frequency, I will get this out. You can get to a level where you can actually know, okay, by this point, I'll probably be able to do that weight for this amount of rep. You can actually know that when you get to a certain level. So yeah, setting big goals. Now next thing is eat the frog. Eating the frog. That's what I'm doing right now. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. and the first thing I started doing, I got out of bed, made my bed, quickly went to the toilet to take a pee, wore some clothes. Then I started scripting, finishing the script for this video, and then I started recording. I didn't do anything else. I didn't go to eat, or I didn't watch Netflix first. I just started recording first thing in the morning, like working on this video first thing in the morning. Right now it's probably close to 5 a.m. Not really 5, but close to it. And I'm already almost finished with this video. A 40-minute video, it's gonna be even longer. So you can see, that's what eating the frog is. There's this analogy that I learned from Hamza. If you had to eat the frog at some point in the day, what would be the best time to actually eat it? Would you like to eat it after having your normal meal or before first thing in the morning? It would actually be best to actually eat it first thing in the morning, because then, okay, it's over. If you decide to eat it later in the day, decide to eat it a live frog, a frog that's not even dead yet, you decide to eat it at the end of the day at dinner, it wouldn't be such a good idea, because you will actually dread eating that frog for the whole day. You'll be super scared. You will eat your normal meals like thinking, oh fuck, I don't want to eat that frog. So it's actually not a good idea. But actually, if you wake up and you just eat that frog instantly, of course it's disgusting. But then for the rest of the day, you've actually finished that big task. You actually finished that disgusting, difficult thing you need to do. And now you're actually free for the rest of the day. That's the same thing with the good habits. If I decide to push this video back to, let's say, okay, I'm first gonna go to the gym and then I'm gonna record this video. I'm gonna record this video at the end of the day. It would be very unlikely that I would actually do it, or actually do it with the same level of performance. Because if I actually woke up first in the morning and I just instantly went to work, makes this video basically a lot more productive, because I haven't let other things infiltrate my brain yet. My brain is still very fresh, and I'm working with a fresh brain, and my discipline is still at a high level. Very creative here now. So it's the perfect time to do the hardest, most difficult things, for me at least, and I learned from other people. When I started doing this, just doing all the most difficult things of my day, first thing in the morning, just stacking them up, starting with the most difficult, most important thing, then the next, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one. It became close to impossible for me to not do the most important things, not do my good habits consistently. It became close to impossible. Since I've been doing this, it became really close to impossible for me to miss the most important habits. Really, like, it's actually sometimes harder for me to miss the habits than to actually do them. Just because I just started eating the frog, started actually doing those things as early as possible, first thing in the morning, just stack them up. Okay, this one is the most important, most difficult one. I'm gonna do this first, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one. It's so powerful. A few weeks ago, I used to actually first do my cold shower and then meditation and then gratitude journaling. But then I learned from a video from Hamza that it's actually best to just start with your work straight away, and then when you finish with your work, you actually do the cute self-improvement habits, the morning routine, the meditation, the cold shower, and gratitude. And I've been doing this, and it's very powerful. Very, 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 very powerful. So that's eating the frog, one of the most powerful productivity tactics that I've ever used. And I've learned this from Hamza, and there's even a book on it by Brian Tracy. He talks about this. He talks about productivity in general in that book, but the main theme is really eating the frog. Another thing that really, really helped me with consistency and drive and motivation is competitiveness. When it comes to in school, I'm a very, very athletic kid. but I wasn't like I'm talented, but to a certain level, a lot of my a lot of my athletic athletic abilities come from my training. I've trained hard for the last 2 years. I was also doing football before that. I was also wrestling for 2 years. I also did taekwondo. So you can say yeah, I'm talented to a certain extent because my skin color. Yeah, and I also come from a family of people that are pretty athletic naturally. But my talent isn't that crazy. It really isn't. I remember sometimes in school where yeah, some things sprinting for example. I always thought I was naturally good, but I remember in eighth grade or some point, I remember a girl coming to me and asking me, "What time did you get on the 50-meter sprint?" I said something. I asked her, I answered, and she said, "Oh yeah, I'm actually faster than you, or I was actually faster than you." Of course, there are other factors. I ran with a guy that was very slow, and if you actually someone who actually sprinted very often, you know that when you run with someone who's a lot slower than you, you're gonna instantly run a lot slower. But when you run someone with someone who's actually just a little bit slower than you, or who's actually faster than you, or as fast as you, you're gonna run like one, two, three, sometimes 3 seconds faster than if you ran with someone which doesn't challenge you at all, who's very slow. So I ran with someone who was very slow. I think I was already faster than that girl. But still, I remember that day. She was smiling at me and just said, "Yeah, I actually ran faster than you." Bro, I was pissed off. Like I just wanted to punch her in the face. But I was like, bro, what dang. A girl was actually faster than me. Or she was actually faster than me in that race. I was like, bro, okay. And even recently, there was this sport fest that was organized in my school. It was actually cancelled. But before it, I trained for weeks for sprinting because and other things that would come up because I just wanted to be able to destroy the competition. Everyone in my school without a sweat. At the end, it was cancelled, but still, it made me so motivated. It motivated me so much. It gave me such drive to conquer, to destroy the competition. And we have a volleyball tournament in a few weeks, and it's like every class plays against every class. So the 10th grade, we have different classes, and every class is gonna play. It's a tournament between 10 grades. And there are people in other classes. There are two guys in other classes that actually play volleyball in the club, so they actually are very experienced when it comes to volleyball. My class, no one's actually that experienced in volleyball. Like we've trained it, we become pretty good, everyone, but no one's actually that experienced because I really want to win that volleyball tournament. I'm training and I'm really watching videos on volleyball, trying to improve. And I heard my brother sometimes go to play volleyball with his friends, and I'm gonna ask him today, can I join you sometimes when you go play volleyball? So, so yeah, what I was saying is, bro, my fucking alarm, it fucking turned off the recording. I hope I can just 48 minutes long, but I actually still got the recording, so I'm gonna just mix them together. It's gonna be kind of difficult, but fuck it. I'm gonna turn that fucking alarm off. It fucking pissed me off. but yeah, what I was saying is, yeah, my brother goes to play volleyball sometimes with his friends. So I'm just gonna ask him, can I join you sometimes to be able to get more experience, get better at volleyball, so that I can actually get my class to win. Because when it comes to sports, especially, I'm very fucking competitive. I'm very fucking competitive. I hate to lose when it comes to sports. So I will go to some different depths. I'll do some difficult things just to avoid losing in the sport. So it fits in my personality. I'm a very competitive guy when it comes to things that matter to me, that are important to me. I think competitiveness is often seen as a bad thing, but I think, in my opinion, it's a normal thing. It's actually a good thing. To a certain extent, yeah, it can become bad, but in my own experience, it's been a very beneficial thing. And sometimes even tasting defeat, losing to someone, and then being like, "Fuck, I want to destroy him next time." it's something that has been very beneficial to me. Of course, you don't feel good emotions. I remember I lost at sprinting once against someone. And honestly, that day was the first day I'd cried in a while. Like I didn't cry, like I cried a little bit. I had tears falling down because of my competitiveness. It was around over a year ago. I honestly cried a little bit as a 16-year-old kid because I'd lost the 100-meter sprint. That's how competitive I am. And it may sound cringe, it may sound like too much, but it's very often just being a benefit in my life. So competitiveness will really push me a lot of times. It's really what got me into plyometrics. Plyometrics is a type of workout to train athleticism, explosiveness, and all those things. And that's my competitiveness what actually got me into plyometrics. I'm even going to tell you the story of how I started training basketball regularly. Like I don't train basketball regularly anymore. But yet in school, he's like 2 meters tall in my school, and he started playing basketball recently. And lots of them were started to become a little bit better than me at basketball because naturally I was better than him before, even though he was taller than me. Before I actually started training basketball consistently, I was better than him naturally. But then he got into the basketball club in my school, and he became better than me, and he pissed me off. I was like, fuck it. I just started training basketball for 2 hours on Saturday and Sundays, and I got to a level where I was better than him again. And of course, yeah, he's still very good, and sometimes he'll play better than me, but sometimes I play better than him. And simply because of my competitiveness. We were playing basketball one day and he destroyed me. I was like, yo, bro, fuck this shit. So I trained basketball regularly. To the point where I got to a level where one day I was just destroying him totally. I just got hit 3-pointers, hit layups on him. I did some fakes where I just saw him jump high in the air. So it was very fun to destroy him after losing to him. So you can see my competitiveness really drives me a lot. It's really a big driver for me. The last thing is to sleep. I'm not gonna waste your time here. Yesterday I slept like shit. Because I slept like shit, it was difficult for me to wake up. It was difficult for me to leave my bed. After recording this video, it woke me up. Recording for 1 hour straight woke me up a little bit. But yeah, just because I slept like shit last night will just make everything I do today a little bit more difficult. So sleep has a big impact on every aspect of your life, on your discipline, on your focus, on mental clarity, on ability to be disciplined, ability to think logically, on basically everything in your life. So be careful, sleep correctly, spend at least 8.5 hours in bed. Because 8 hours in bed doesn't mean you've slept for 8 hours. I think if you think logically, if you go to bed for 8 hours, you spend 8 hours in bed, it would take, you won't instantly fall asleep. You'll wake up during the night. So yeah, I've been trying to really sleep well, but to be honest, my sleep isn't perfect. Especially recently, it hasn't been perfect. There have been nights where I slept like shit. There have been days where I woke up later than planned. So it hasn't been perfect, but I'm really working on it. Sleep has a very big impact on every single aspect of my life. It's been shown for everyone. It has a big impact on every aspect of our lives. So that's something I'm really trying to take seriously. So that was the video. I hadn't recorded such a long video in a while, but I had a lot of fun here. A lot of fun working on this video and recording it, just telling my story. I'm going to do more videos like this, like longer form videos, because these are actually the videos that I really find valuable. Because I used to upload every day, but I actually remember a YouTuber that I liked, Hamza, when he was recording videos every day and uploading every day. It was sometimes fun to watch his videos, but I wasn't actually getting that crazy amount of value from it. But in the phase where he was uploading, and even right now he's doing that, uploading like 1 to 3 times a week, but really making valuable videos. Those were the phases when he really impacted my life positively, when he really changed my life through his content. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Really trying to change lives, really trying to give as much value as possible. So I'm going to stop uploading daily. I'm going to upload once, twice, maximum of 3 times a week. And refocus on the quality of my videos, the value that I give, and just telling my story. Just tell you what I experimented with, and the results that I got. So yeah, don't worry from discomfort, chase it.